Well, that was a smashing film, wasn't it, dear?
Smashing.
Ha! Let us drink. Yes. Ah, yeah. No! Don't open the door! No! Don't open the door! You're gonna kill us all! Don't open the door! Don't open...
You have got to be kidding me.
What's up, movie lover badasses? Fat Samurai Guy here with Lady Fat Blood, and today we're going to review 10 Cloverfield Lane. Here's a quick plot synopsis. After getting in a car accident, a woman is held in a shelter with two men who claim the outside world is affected by a widespread chemical attack. This review will have spoilers in it, so if you have not seen this movie, go rush out right away and go watch it and come right back. Now we're going to give you the good, we're going to give you the bad, we're going to give you the badass. First up, the good. I really loved the first Cloverfield. I feel that movie is very underrated. It was kind of similar to this. Like, there was that one little teaser, you know, that was spread out and everybody lost their mind, but not really that much of the movie was shown back then, kind of similar to now. So I really didn't expect the type of movie it was and the excitement and just the suspense and tension, you know, in that movie when I saw it in theater years ago. Now here we are in 2016, and again, very similar. You know, they showed us the little teaser. We really don't know what the movie's about that much. We have an idea, and that's great. That's refreshing, you know? Trailers nowadays kind of ruin a little bit too much. So it was nice that, you know, somebody didn't just blow their wad in the trailer for their movie, okay, and just had us guessing, you know? It was just great. It was refreshing.
Yeah, and you know, not only do trailers seem to ruin films these days, but the internet ruins films a lot. And one of the things I was very surprised with was, much like the first Cloverfield, 10 Cloverfield Lane kind of snuck up on everyone and tapped on their shoulders, and everybody was like, the fuck?
Yeah.
Nobody knew this movie was coming. I wish we could have more of that. We live in an era where you've got television series out there where people try to kill off characters, and you've got fucking drones flying all over the place, and the next thing you know, oh, spoiler alert, that guy's back on the show. It happens all the time. It is impossible to keep a secret in any genre, format, anything, TV, movies, music, anything. It's almost impossible, and we've kind of been learning to stay away from trailers, and if there's something that really seems to pique our interest, like we saw the trailer to 10 Cloverfield Lane, we stayed away from the reviews, we stayed away from any other trailers if there were any, we stayed away from internet searches, and I gotta say, I was beyond pleasantly surprised watching this. We had a hell of a double feature. We went and saw Hardcore Henry and then this, and two completely different films. Two wonderful surprises in completely different ways. It's just to start off, the tone of this film, it's so intense. Mm-hmm. There's so much tension throughout, and it's the characters, it's the writing. There are 3 people in this freaking film. 3 people. That's it. That's literally it. You've got one person that shows up at one point. You've got people on the radio, and that is it. And it's an hour and 40 minutes of people in a bunker. And you'd think this could be disastrous and this could be boring and dull as hell. But dude, I got it. Mad props to the writing, to the actors, to the direction.
Now for the bad.
All right, so for the bad, I'm going to have to kind of cop out, and there really was not a whole lot that I could find I disliked about this film. So I will say, from somebody else's perspective, if you enjoyed the first Cloverfield and you go into this expecting a sequel,
No.
Some people have called this a spiritual successor to the original Cloverfield, and yeah, you could kind of say that this is not necessarily in name only, but this is not the sci-fi action edge of your seat. Oh shit! There's a monster or a giant monster throughout the city. No, 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 no. There's nothing like that in this until the very tail end of the film. Believe it or not, you never would have guessed in a million years this is where this was going. But so because of that, if you're expecting Cloverfield Part 2, I'm sorry to disappoint you. The second thing is that I have to warn people is that, again, this is 3 people in a damn bunker, okay? It's about an hour and 30 minutes of that, and then the last 10 to 15 minutes is something completely different. Some people might find that jarring. Some people might love the first all the way to the last 15 minutes of the film. They might love that, see the ending and go, what the fuck was that? We were very lucky. I kind of had a cabin in the woods kind of experience where I didn't know what to expect, and I was pleasantly surprised throughout. I loved every minute of it. I didn't care how crazy it got. So, you know, some people might have a problem with that.
Now for the badass. John Goodman. John Goodman is amazing. He is captivating, disturbing.
Buddy.
He is just, man, can we just give him the Oscar now? He is really, really fantastic in this movie.
He's one of those actors that, you know, he's been around for decades, and every once in a while, you know, he just kind of comes in and reminds you, hey, yeah, I'm awesome, by the way. Just thought you might want to know I'm an actor, and I'm an amazing actor. He really steals the show for me in this one. He plays this... Okay, let me just break it down for you. What I loved most about his character was he was convinced, he was the survivalist. He lives on this farm, he has this bunker created underneath his property, and he's a survivalist. Conspiracy theorist, of course, and he believes that it's the end of the world, and he does some nefarious shit to get the character of Michelle in on his little bunker scheme. What I love about him is that you know he's crazy, but there are times where you're thinking, is he right?
Yeah.
He's crazy, but he might have a point. I love how they play with that, and he's got this wonderful neurosis to him where he wants everything very proper, and he has this kind of old-fashioned, you know, this one line that kind of creeped me out. They're sitting at the table, and this is when the character of Michelle is first kind of acclimating, but not really, but she knows she has no choice. And he basically says to her, "You'll learn to love to cook." Like, ooh, wait a minute.
I know a traitor when I see one. And especially after he shoots and blows away Emmett. You know, our jaws dropped. We were like, oh shit. And then it got weirder. It got weirder after that.
Weren't bad enough.
You know, he goes down to the cellar to visit Michelle, and all of a sudden he's clean shaven now, and he's all polite to her.
He's got nice clothes on, and he's got the shirt tucked in, like he's trying to look all presentable. It's like, no, Howard, don't. No, what do you, no.
Yeah. So we were enjoying the movie so much. The soundtrack was great too, by the way. And we were enjoying the movie so much as its own movie, okay, as the first to second act. When the third act happened, it didn't really need to happen. I mean, Michelle, you know, either she could have got killed in the cellar, or she, you know, stayed down there, or Michelle could have escaped. And that could have been the end of the movie, and the movie still could have been amazing, okay? But they had the balls, all right? And we were very surprised. We were not expecting this at all, but they actually had the balls to go through with the whole concept of the alien invasion. And we were very surprised by this. Now, like she said earlier, this may be a problem with some people. People will be watching this and be like, man, that was such a great thriller. But what the fuck? As soon as she gets outside, she's aliens? What the fuck? What kind of movie is this? All right? You can kind of see some people having a problem with it. We were the exact opposite because we weren't expecting them to have the balls to go through with it. And it was for a while. It was for several minutes. It wasn't like she came outside and looked up and saw the apocalypse and maybe saw a few ships flying over and was just like, oh, fuck me, you know? And that was it. Credits. They actually, she, you know, faced the aliens for a little bit.
Yeah, what the movie did really well, all things considered, this was not supposed to be a film with any ties to Cloverfield originally. and they had filmed it, and they kind of didn't know what to do with it. They ended up tacking on this Cloverfield concept to it, so there was reshooting involved, and normally circumstances like that would make a film a disaster. But
big time.
Somehow they made this all flow, I felt, seamlessly. And they kept dropping hints throughout the film. I remember there's a point at the very beginning of the movie where she's driving and she has the radio on, and you hear that there's power outages and there's something going on, but she gets into a car accident, and that's the last you hear of that. The next thing you know, she's in the bunker. She's being told by this crazy guy that it's the end of the world, but she has no proof. And when she tries to make her first escape, you still don't really know what's going on. And so when she makes the climb to the top of the bunker to try to escape, you see this lady come in, and she's all screwed up, and she's demanding that somebody let her in. And even Howard doesn't know exactly. He keeps hinting at possible human warfare, biological warfare, possible alien invasion. We don't know what's going on. Yeah, throughout the film, we really don't know what is exactly going on. And that's what keeps everybody in the bunker. And what was really funny was that thought, once the Michelle character sees all of that, she goes from, I am not staying here, to, well, I guess this is my life now. And it was just, the whole concept was so crazy. And her and Emmett end up kind of forming this slight bond. You know, a lot of people said the Emmett character is underdeveloped, and they try to give him some stuff to do. But the really sad point is that he is a secondary character, and the main point is Howard and Michelle. But I felt like he served his purpose completely well, and they had this really nice conversation where they're kind of bonding, and Michelle's talking about how her brother was always there to take the brunt of her father's, you know, bullshit, as you do when you're a drunk dad and all that. And Emmett was kind of becoming like a brother to her in a lot of ways. And he takes the fall for her at one point, and he gets blown away for his troubles. And that is really the turning point for her. And she always said that she wanted to be the one to stand up for somebody else and to help somebody else, but she does what she always does, and she runs away. And there's this really great moment at the end of the movie where she's learned all this survival techniques from Howard. She's learned how to fight aliens, obviously. She just survived 2 separate alien attacks. And she's driving away from this hell that she's just escaped from. And she hears on the radio, and it's a nice little bookend, that people are calling for help. There's one point, there's a fork in the road. You go straight ahead, and you go to a safety zone where the military has reclaimed the area. And you go to the left, and there's a section where people need help. They need people with medical training, with combat experience. And she slams on her brakes, and she's like, aha, it's my moment. And boom, she makes that left, and is like, oh, what's this character development? What's this story arc?
Yes!
Come on, you can't do that. So, dude, seriously, all things considered, this movie was great on its own. And the fact that they were able to kind of come in after the fact and weave this other story into it, and it wasn't shit. Bravo! I had a blast watching this. Can't wait to see it again on Blu-ray. And go fucking see it!
So we give 10 Cloverfield Lane 4.8 out of 5 stars. That's it for today's episode. Let us know in the comments below what you thought of 10 Cloverfield Lane. We appreciate all you guys for watching. You guys rock. We'll see you guys next time. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Oh, that was a smashing film. Smashing. Wasn't it smashing, Dale?
Smashing.
Oh, yes. Let's take a sip of that. Ah. What?
You asshole.
What? Come on.
Oh my god! Really?
It's a drinking sound. Come on.